elbow pronation, positional isometrics. So elbow pronation is as I rotate my hand basically down. So we're going to do some positional isometrics. You're doing this because you've got too big a gap between your active and passive range. So I've got a stick here. I mean, I have a wrist axe here, but you can use anything like a broomstick, anything that you can hold. So hold here. So as I rotate my hand down, this is the end of my active range. As I now push that down, that's the end of my passive range, which is a stretch. But you'll see as I do this, I've got about a sort of a 10, maybe 10 or 15 degree gap. You'll have obviously a bigger gap, which is why you're doing this exercise. So what you're going to do is you're going to get to the end of your active range. So I've actively got into here. Then I'm going to grab this stick, the end of it or whatever it is that you're using, and then I'm just going to push down about 10 or 15 degrees. So as I can't do that, I'm just going to pretend that this is as far as I can rotate actively. So I'm going to push that down 10 or 15 degrees and I'm going to hold still here. Then I'm going to do what's called a pales and rails contraction. Pales is I'm trying to rotate back this way, but it's isometric, so I'm not going to be able to because I'm holding this stick. So I'm going to rotate that way. I'm going to do that for the allotted time at the allotted intensity. Then you're going to do a rails contraction, which is you trying to go further in the other direction, which is you trying to rotate it down this way. But because you're in your passive range, once again, you actually won't be able to because you've gone past your active range anyway. So you'll get to active range, push past 10 or 15, hold still, and then you'll ramp up your rails contraction. So I'm starting to try to rotate that way, but my hand's stopping me. I'm just going to go up nice and slow, 20, 40, 60, 80. In this case, I'm doing it at 100%. You'll do what your program says for the allotted time. And then once that's done, you'll do a rails contraction, which is now you're trying to rotate, do everything you can to rotate further down, assuming it's 100%. Once you've done one rep, then just relax for a sec and then push another 10 or 15 degrees. And then you'll do it again. So assuming you're doing 100%, this is what it looks like. So big breath, irradiate, start ramping up, 20, 40, 60, 80. Now I'm doing everything I can. 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to reverse direction, do everything I can. Go. Ooh, nice looking forearm. And then go again. So we're doing these efforts. If you're not starting obviously in week 1 at 100% efforts, you will be getting up to 100% efforts. But we've got to build up the capacity in the tissue to be able to do that first, obviously. So get to your active range, go 10 or 15 degrees, do one rep there, go another 10 or 15 degrees, another rep, and just keep going until you get to the end of your active range. As an example, if you have, say, a 30 degree gap, you'll get to your active range, you'll go 10 or 15, another 10 or 15, and that'll be it. You'll do 2 reps. If you've got a 60 degree gap, you'll be doing 4 reps. And that's it. So what we're doing here is we're basically increasing your active range of motion so that can catch up to your passive range of motion, or at least get to within sort of 10 to 15 degrees. Then your body can actually protect you from stuff and you'll feel better. Enjoy.